It's kind of strange. Lately, I've been listening to less hip hop and more of the albums I grew up listening to. Back then I was more of a rock guy. I was into the Killers, I was into the Beatles, but I was really big into Green Day. And specifically, whether it be doing stuff around the house or driving around town, lately I've been tuned in to Green Day's album Bullet in a Bible, which is actually a live album. It's a performance they did in England back in 2005. Basically a compilation of all their biggest hits they performed in front of a live audience. Now, the cool thing about live albums is, you really get an authentic sound of that band. You get the live drums, the guitar, the vocals aren't as, fine-tuned. Plus, just the atmosphere of the crowd being there, super engaged, chanting all the lyrics. It's a cool thing. If you haven't heard a live album before, definitely recommend it. But anyways, back to the point here, listening to this album got me thinking, why hasn't Drake done this yet? An artist who's been in the game over 10 years at this point, stacked up a large amount of hits. Drake, I think it's a matter of time until he puts out one of these live albums. A lot of people may say, well, hip hop may not work as well as rock in terms of a live performance. When you think about it, a lot of rappers perform with the beats and the vocals already in the background, so the microphone is almost useless. A lot of these guys just rap over vocal tracks that are already there. But I've been to a Drake performance before. That's not what I recall. He puts on a good show. He does everything as live as possible. And, even other rappers have done this concept before. Kanye West, he put out an album called Late Orchestration, soon after the release of his album Late Registration, which was basically a compilation of that album as well as College Dropout. He did a live album like that. Also Jay-Z, he did a MTV Unplugged performance, a lot of his biggest hits. So, does Drake, is he in that same category as Kanye and Jay-Z? Can he pull off a compelling enough live album of his biggest hits? I think so. I definitely put him in that category. When you look at his Billboard hits, when you look at, Drake is all over the radio, it's definitely an album that, I think a lot of fans could sing along to, whether they're actually there, in the venue at that time, or, listening in the radio like I've been. Drake, I think it's a good idea that before his career is over, he should definitely make that happen.